all right. Live in all the places. Hello. Going live in all the places. Don't know if that's the one. All right, let's see. Looking down. Going to the clubhouse. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Murray's Law. So excited to have you here. We're getting started in just 1 minute. Let's see. How do I do this? Where is... Did I not? Listen, I might not have scheduled my room in Clubhouse. I could have sworn that I did. Actually, I know that I did, actually, now that I think about it. It's 7 o'clock, right? Goodness gracious. All right, so give me 1 second to... I feel like... And I'm running a little behind. I just got off an interview. So thank you for everyone that's coming in. We're going to get started in just a moment. I'm trying to sign up and get in Clubhouse, but I don't see my I don't see the room that I created. Let's see. You know what? We're just going to start a new room. How about that? Oh, there it is right there. They're trying to play me. All right. Let's see. Hey.
Hey.
Let's see. Where is, there we go. All right. So we're in, and I'm going to make you a moderator. Look at that. I did not forget. All right. So we're getting started. Everyone can hear me. I'm unmuted on Clubhouse, and I'm live on YouTube, and I'm live on Instagram. And for those of you who do not know me, if this is your first time, I am attorney LaConya Murray, brand attorney LaConya Murray, and I help clients throughout the United States own their genius by protecting their brand through trademarks, copyrights, and business development. So I got the setup. So listen, look, Instagram, you don't see all of me this time. You know, normally I'm like, oh, y'all can see all of me. Y'all can't see all of me this time. I got it together. But anywho, Mondays, we do Murray's Law. Murray's Law is our weekly Q&A sessions where we answer questions about trademarks, copyright, and business development. And we're live on the YouTube. I see my homie and my friend, Miss Diana Parker. She's on YouTube. She made it tonight. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining me. But we're going to answer your questions regarding trademarks, copyright, business development. Remember, this is the most important thing to remember, right? Is that your questions, the answers that I give, that I provide, is not legal advice. It's just, this is for educational purposes only. If you need something for your specific situation, if you want advice specific to you, then I want you to schedule a consultation, and you can go to my website to do that, which is LaConya Murray at LaConyaMurray.com to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into these questions. I'm going to find the first question, which is a really good question. So for those of you who are new, the way that we do this is we take questions from the Genius Insider first. The Genius Insider is our paid membership program where you get free consultations, free document review, access to monthly master classes. It's for those people who want to have a legal person on their team and they need a business mentor, so we get best of both worlds. So we'll take those people first. The second questions come from the people who are part of our free community, which is the Genius Lounge. You can go to geniuslounge.co to sign up for free. And then if we have time, because these typically last about 30 minutes, if we have time, then we'll take questions from the audience. All right? That's how we got it going on. And we had a really good question that was submitted today. And I'm going to get to it. And the reason I like this question is it's a question about copyrights. And the reason that I like it is because it's something that I feel like a lot of people, I think when it comes to intellectual property, especially copyrights, because the internet makes things so easily accessible, it makes it difficult to determine what you can and cannot use, what is actually intellectual, what's actually infringement, and what is not. So here is the question. I'm building an online store, and I will be reselling products that are manufactured and sold online. I want to use the images on the manufacturer's website in my online store. These products will be resold in their original condition. They will not be altered from how they will be delivered to me. I'm simply reselling the products. Therefore, the images to be used from the manufacturer's website will be accurate as to their appearance. May I do this? I love this question. So essentially, you want to know if you can use the image that represents your product, even though you didn't take the image yourself. Because remember, when we're talking about copyrights, copyrights protect original work that are in a fixed, tangible form. The person that owns the rights to those copyrights, or own the interest to those copyrights, is the person that put it in that fixed, tangible form. So in this case, right, the photographer that took the product picture, right, is the original owner. I'm sure that they have some type of agreement with the manufacturer, or I will assume they have some type of agreement with the manufacturer that allows the manufacturer to use that picture, whether it is a full out assignment or if it's just a license to use, right? So with that being said, even so, it goes with the, even though your product is a picture of your product, you didn't take the picture. So that picture belongs to the company or the photographer, and you will have to get their permission. And the reason that is yes, in your case, it accurately represents it, but you have they can't monitor that. Excuse me, they can't monitor that. So they don't want to be associated, especially if they have these photos on their website. They don't want people coming to your website to get the product thinking that they're going to the other people's website, because the products and the pictures are exactly the same. So long story short, that even though it does accurately represent what you're selling, it's not really about that, right? It's about who owns it, who took it, who has the rights to it. And they have the right to exclude other people from using that work. So you want to get permission, and then depending on, I don't know who your supplier is, but does that agreement come with stock images? Like, look into the agreement more and see what you can and cannot use as it relates to the images. So that's that one question. Another question that I got today, which is a really good question. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's a first to use question. So person has been using a mark for several years, and someone reached out to them for permission to use the mark in something that they're doing, right? Which is that's good that that third person did that, because they didn't just go and infringe. They said, hey, can I use this mark for my services? And the person was like, I don't know. And so after doing a little research, we found that there was actually another company that had been using the mark before the person that was reached out to. And that person wants to know, well, if I get a trademark, will I be able to prevent other people from using it? So the scenario is this. You have someone that was using the mark first, and they haven't filed. Second person wants to go ahead and file, knowing that this other person was using it first. They want to know if that would help. Would that give them rights to that trademark? In the United States, it's first to use, not first to file. Now, depending on the pockets of the parties involved, like I wouldn't advise it. I think that's a bad practice, because it's first to use, not first to file. And you don't want to be confused with that other party. You wouldn't be able to send that person that was already using it a cease and desist letter, because they have priority, right, over you, because they were using it first. Now their protection is limited to their geographical area, and what that can boil down to is you having the rights in most areas, but not in the areas where they're doing business. And when you have a trademark, don't you want to do business in all the areas? It just depends. So in the United States, it's first to use, not first to file. And you want to file a trademark because you want to stop other people from using it. Like, you're literally infringing on someone else's trademark. So it's first to use, not first to file. Which reminds me, have y'all read the article? And we're we're doing good on time. If you guys have questions, those are the only two questions that I had. So I'm going to, on Clubhouse, I'm going to possibly, yeah, there we are. So on Clubhouse, if you have a question, you want to come to the stage, that's fine. But what I want to talk about is this Clubhouse thing. I read this article where the Clubhouse trademark owner says he's being bullied by the platform, this Clubhouse platform. He said he filed the trademark. He had the trademark months before this Clubhouse was even a thing. But he's being bullied and all his stuff has been taken out of the app stores because this Clubhouse here says that he's infringing on their intellectual property. And we know which one it is. For all those Android users, they're like, oh, how can I get it? And they're like, oh, here's a Clubhouse. No, that was the one that they're talking about. So this Clubhouse doesn't have a trademark. They haven't filed for trademark registration. But the other people had the trademark and it's went through the process. Like they actually have the certificate of registration. Right? But because this platform is more well known, they're having a hard time with the app stores enforcing their rights. So I just want to know if you guys have heard that. Hey Dana, how are you? Thank you for joining us. And we can unmute on Clubhouse, and then I'm going to bring some people to the stage too, possibly.
I have not heard about that. I'm looking it up now, though.
Yeah, and actually in the Genius Lounge, I posted. So in the Genius Lounge, we have these weekly discussions, and that was discussion for the week. Was this this story? Just what you guys thought about the story and enforcing it and things of that nature. Actually, and while you guys are looking at that, there's another question, and the people on the stage, you guys can help me with this question because it's not just IP related; it's more business related. It has to do with business mentors. How do you find a business mentor? Hey, Juno.
Ooh, hello. So happy to be in the room, and I finally got power so I can charge my phone and chat with you. This is a great question, LaConya, and I keep getting tagged in this a lot this week. Business mentors can save you a lot of time and money, and the biggest thing that I find mistake-wise that someone seeking a business mentor makes is they're not sure in what areas they need advice. And I know it's kind of tricky because you don't know what you don't know, but when you go to a business mentor or coach, whatever you call it, and you don't have specific needs that you want addressed, 9 times out of 10, that person walks away feeling like they didn't get what they wanted, but it's only because they didn't know what they wanted. So I just wanted to interject that.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I feel like it's the same thing when people go and they hire coaches and consultants without first being clear on what they actually need. Like they don't even write a business plan. They don't know what they need. They just see where everyone else is hiring a coach and a consultant, and they see where this coach is helping people earn 6 figures, but you don't know what area you need help in. So you really need to know what area you need help in before you seek out a mentor, a coach, or a consultant. I 100% agree with that. And then I would also say, as far as like, how do you find a mentor? In the digital age, I just feel like you can kind of look online, and someone can be your unofficial mentor, like your auntie in your head, but like your mentor. But the question is like, how do you reach out to that person if you want them to actually build a relationship with them and have them mentor you? Like, especially if it's a cold call. Can I just tell you guys a story? I'm going to tell you guys a story. Before I went to law school, I was leasing apartments, and I remember reading a magazine article, I believe, and this entertainment attorney out of California. She was a black woman. She was fierce, and I was like, yes, I want to meet her. Right? Little young Connie, that's what I was going by back then. Wanted to meet this fabulous woman. So I wrote her a letter. In which she responded back, and she was like, "Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not interested. And by the way, learn to proofread." So yeah. So if you guys have any advice on how to make cold calls and find to build that relationship, I know Jacqueline is the queen of building relationships, right? But that's that one thing I would say. If you're looking for a business mentor, you want to build a relationship. You don't want to just meet someone you don't know and just say, "Hey, will you be my business mentor?" Like, I don't even know you. Do I even like you? Like, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I get this all the time. People hit me up like, "Hey, will you mentor me?" Or I'll speak somewhere and then I'll get a slew of messages afterwards. I just read this book, Unapologetically Ambitious by Shelley Archambault, and a big tenet of her book is mentorship. So I highly recommend the book, first of all. And she's one of the first Black CEOs in the tech space. Again, the book is Unapologetically Ambitious. And her approach to finding mentors is very similar to what I've done throughout my career. And it's going to someone and asking them a specific question and then following up with them a month, maybe 2 months later, giving them an update on what you did with the advice that they provided you. 9 times out of 10, if you do that, somebody is willing to invest time in you over the long haul. And as you demonstrate success and you begin to gain momentum and traction, that person wants to claim you. And it goes from that informal 1 or 2 conversations to a long-term, okay, I'm rocking with you. You take my time seriously. You value it. You do something with the info I give you. Therefore, now we have a mutually beneficial relationship.
I'll make sure I would pause. I love that. I love that. That's a good way to, instead of just coming straight out with this huge umbrella. Will you mentor me? Hey, I have a question in this specific area. Okay, I'm going to take that advice and apply it, and then come back to you with the results. And that way, that person knows that you're taking it serious, and they know that you're willing to do the work. I love that. So unapologetically ambitious. I like that. I will link a copy of it in the notes in the Genius Lounge. So that's really good. For those of you who are joining us, this is Murray's Law, where you get to ask questions about trademarks, copyright, and business development. We have answered the questions that were submitted, so now the floor is open. If you have a question, feel free to drop the questions in the comments or drop the question or raise your hand in Clubhouse. Oh, another question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just wanted to quickly kind of like back what Jacqueline was saying. I was also going to say, also be open to having more than one mentor. I often tell people when they're looking for a mentor, what hurts? Like, I come from a health background, so I kind of think in that realm space. You would never walk into a doctor's office and just be like, "Hey, doctor, just do something to me. Make me whole." You go in with symptoms. You go in with things. So I encourage people to kind of have the same mindset in their business. What's hurting? What in your business are you lacking at? What areas can you improve? And then seek out that type of mentor if you're just trying to really figure out, as Jacqueline said, figure out what type of mentor you have, because there are mentors who specialize in particular areas. So don't just look at one person to kind of fulfill everything. It's okay to have more than one mentor. Right now I have 3. So, yes.
Nice. And yeah, because like you said, specialties, just like you said, specialties, even with doctors in the medical field, people have different specialties. So that's why I agree with that. So thank you for that. We just had another question come in. Someone says, do I need to trademark each design on the shirts that I make? So apparently they're having an apparel business, and they're going to have different designs on the t-shirts. So for that, I would say that keep in mind that trademarks protect brand identifiers, and brand identifiers help consumers identify the source of a good or a service. So when you put this thing on the front of a shirt, we don't know the source of that shirt still, right? So it wouldn't qualify for trademark protection if you're just having something like here on the shirt. Now, if you have it like in a little corner, like the polo, they they used to do or they do, then that's different. But just having your different designs on your shirt, your cute phrases or whatever, those more than likely won't qualify for trademark protection. So that was a good question, and that's one that I actually get a lot, is that question. Yay, 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 yay. We have a few more minutes. If there are any more questions. And while we're waiting on questions, I would love for everyone to introduce themselves. Everyone knows, everyone that's in Clubhouse, you all know who I am. Who are the other people that are joining me on stage? Meeting myself.
Well, ladies first.
All right, thank you, the coolest nerd. I'm Jacqueline Twilley, Master Negotiator, President at ZeroGap.co, and best-selling author of Don't Leave Money on the Table, Negotiation Strategies for Women. I am a super fan of LaConya and all of the work she does to educate business owners, to coach them, to help them protect their brands, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Alea?
My apologies. I had little people come in. Hello, everybody. My name is Alea Larkins, and I am a system strategist. I help businesses and entrepreneurs create amazing user experiences for their coaching business, their service-based business, and also their events.
Thank you so much for joining us. And the coolest nerd?
I feel like I should have went further except all that. I was going to follow all that, ladies. But my name is Max Cowles, and I'm also known as the coolest nerd. I'm a digital content creator. I specialize in audio and also do a number of other things for a living. I like stream and make music.
Nice, nice, nice. So when you say you specialize in audio, what does that mean?
Audio engineering, cleaning up audio. I've done several things with audio, making it three-dimensional. For a while, I had an internship with the FBI with my teacher, Tim Kinsey, where we would clean up audio that we had to have a security clearance for. So that was pretty cool, too.
Ooh, that is cool. I remember when I used to do criminal law, I had to actually hire someone like you, I guess. We had this audio where the FBI had, so that it recorded a call, and you couldn't hear it, so I had to hire someone to help clean it up and boost the verbiage on there and reduce the background noise so that we can use it in a trial. So that's cool.
Yep, that's me.
Nice, 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 nice. All right. Well, look, let's see. We have a few more minutes left. I don't see any more questions on here. So if you have a question, definitely drop your question. This is your moment to ask those burning questions that you have about trademarks or copyrights. Make sure you ask, or even just business in general. We have some great people here on the stage, and they represent different areas of business. So this is your chance to come and ask questions if you have any. And let me go back over to the Genius Lounge and check. Let me come back over. Oops, over. If I can spell it correctly. Lord Jesus. Here we go. There we go. This Clubhouse ability. Yeah, we got our questions in for today. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about today's session. This session is for you all. This is definitely for you all. Oh, I know where I'm supposed to check. My bad. I gotta come over here. One more place. Which is why we have the questions in the Genius Lounge, but sometimes. Okay. All right, we're good on questions. So I'll just ask random questions. And my question is this: we are in February, so we're in our second month. We're almost at the end of the second month, right? How is 2021 treating you all, business-wise? What are you working on? Do you have any big projects that's going on? What are you guys working on?
I think my biggest project is going to be rebranding for 2021. I think I've just kind of outgrown what I was doing, um, coming into how I best serve my audience and just people in general. And that comes with a lot of rebranding and restructuring things. So I thought I was going to be going in one direction in 2021. I've come to the conclusion that I'm going in a totally different direction, but it feels authentic and it feels like, okay, I'm settled now. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Listen, that brings up such a good question is how do you know when it's time to make that pivot or shift, right? Compared to versus not giving something enough like a chance to actually succeed. So the reason I say that is because I see people starting businesses, and this is not you, of course, but it just brought into mind people who start businesses and then they're rebranding like 4 or 5 months down the line. Like, how do you make that decision? How do you know that it's okay time to rebrand? How do you make that decision? How did you come to that decision?
I think for me, first, I'm not afraid to start over. So let me just say that. I think many people kind of stay in certain businesses or certain niches longer than they should because they're just so afraid to start over. But I wasn't afraid to start over. And I found that for me, to better utilize my skill, the skill of my team, and what I wanted to be known for did not align with what I am currently doing. Not that I'm not good at it, not that clients don't get results, but it's kind of like when I say, what is Gritaverse, what is Alea Locke is going to be known for, it's not what I'm currently doing. It's a part of it, but it's not the total package. And I actually learned this from you, LaConya, about really boggling down what I want my brand to be, what I want it to be known for. And I found that when I talk about systems is just a fraction of what it's not even the business, it's a fraction of it. So I had to take a step back and say, okay, if this part is just a fraction, then what is the bigger picture? So that's what I mean by rebranding. I really had to step back from business and say, okay, what's going to be that thing that when people hear my name, they automatically associate it with this service?
Love it, absolutely. And I think that's really important to realize that what you're offering is more than what you're offering, if that makes sense. Like what you do, like your business is more than like that service or product. So what do you want to be known for? So I love it, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. I know when early on, I made the decision to rebrand. And actually, if I'm being honest, I ran parallel brands when I first started. So when I first started, I was a threshold lawyer. If it walked over that threshold, I would do it. That's federal criminal, that's state criminal, that's family dependency law, Social Security. I was doing all that stuff. But when I made the decision to start off the mark, I niched down. I knew I wanted to help business owners, and I knew I wanted to do something federal, so I niched down to trademarks and copyrights. And so that was why I made that decision to rebrand, because I wanted to serve a different type of people in a different type of way. And I knew that in order to reach them, that I had to have a specific message that I couldn't provide doing general law. I didn't want people to get lost when they were looking at me and what I did, And so exactly just like what you said, like I want to be known for something. And so now, if someone needs a trademark attorney, they already know who to call. Like I don't even have to be in the room. People just automatically put my name down, trademarks, copyright. Like I'm automatically known. So I love that. I love that.
I'm so happy you said that, because that's actually being totally transparent. That's where I am. I have, for the last couple of years, done a number of things, right? And whether it was just websites or VA or business management, or I've done a ton of things and very good at it. But at the end of the day, it's like the client experience is what I'm passionate about. Like I want to be able to teach people how to give people amazing experiences, because not everybody knows that. They may think they know how to do it,
right.
but they don't. And we also don't account for how much someone's experience can close a deal. Why someone who has, the same product, but the experience is different, how it kind of converts. So I'm really interested in that, which is one of the reasons why I started straying into systems and doing this. But I said, yeah, this is a little bit more than just that. So exactly what you were just talking about, how you would just kind of have that threshold, you just, whatever came over, you kind of would take, and then you have this thing over here. This is what I'm phasing out of and going into this with the rebranding.
Absolutely. When you said that, it made me, when you said two businesses offering the same thing but different experiences, it reminded me of Disney World and Six Flags. Like, they're both amusement parks, right? But you pay, and you're willing to pay a lot more to visit Disney World than you are Six Flags because of the experience. So that's where I literally cannot wait to see how that turns out.
I actually use Disney as my example. That's funny you say that. When I am teaching, I use Disney because of the experience that you have when you go there, and how it is strategic. Everything is strategic. So this is kind of like the foundation that I use when I'm teaching people about user experience. It's like, yeah, like you said, okay, it's Disney and Six Flags. Yes, they're both amusement parks, but this is why Disney can charge premium prices. You want to be able to do the same in your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you want people to walk, and you know what? And the thing about that whole customer experience and customer journey, that's a part of branding too. So when you're in business, right, when you have a business, it's not just about your service or product that you're selling. It literally is about that experience that the client or customer has when they're dealing with you from the moment they first hear about you. What is that like? And it puts me in the mind of Starbucks. You have this whole experience when you're going into when you're going into and buying your coffee with them. Like, different places have these experiences, and because of that, you're charging premium dollars. So if you are in a business and you're like, I want to raise my prices, so can we talk about this for a moment? People that want to raise their prices, right, but they're not increasing the value, and it's not like they're raising their value to match. They're not raising their prices to match the value that they're already giving. They're just raising their prices because everyone's like, oh, raise their price. But if you're looking for a way to raise your price and increase the value, you definitely need to look at the customer experience. That has to be a big part of what you're looking at when you're doing talking about or evaluating your prices and raising your price. What's that value? And part of that value is that experience that the customers have. And I've been working on mine. Like, that's one of my quarter one goals, is to have that customer journey like elevated. So yay. Oh, why did I mute myself? I don't know why I just muted myself. Like, this is not my room. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I need to get back over to, here we go. There we are. Just make sure that on YouTube, I can still see the comments on YouTube. All right. Well, beautiful people, it is time for us to shut this room down for the evening. And we will be back next Monday. Make sure you put your questions in. Make sure you go to the Genius Lounge to submit your questions. You can go to geniuslounge.co to submit your questions. It's a free community. And if you are a Genius Insider, you go to our private group inside of the Genius Lounge, and you can submit your questions there. You'll see it in the forum discussion. It says Marie Law Insider Edition, something of that nature. And yeah, that's all we have. You guys have a good night. Let's see.
Have a great evening.
You too. Thank you all for joining. Here we go. Finish.